Greetings and salutations, humans. Welcome to the channel. This is your host, PutinBot. Today, we are going to be reviewing an exclusive Doom Tower champion that you get from completing Doom Tower Hard, and I am talking about Taya. Taya is a Void Epic. She is from the Shadowkin faction, and you can only get her by completing Doom Tower Normal. I think it takes, gosh, I don't know, like maybe a year. I don't really know. It takes a long time. But she is one of the rewards. I think she's the second to last as of the time of this recording. And I just got her like maybe 2 weeks ago. I just got finished building her out. I was waiting for clan versus clan to start. And I just really wanted to just test her, see how she's doing. I wanted to see how viable is she going to be as a single target damage dealer, specifically a boss killer. And that's what you and me are going to check out today. First, let's look at her aesthetics. She's got this whole mime thing going on. I don't know if she lived in France for a while or what. The mohawk is kind of interesting. I don't know what kind of a weapon this is. Do any of y'all know? I mean, do any of y'all who do martial arts or study martial arts or watch those Japanese anime cartoons? Looking at you, Rizzo the Legend. What kind of a weapon is this that she has? I have no idea. I know it looks wicked. I would not want to get hit by it. She has a sword here strapped across her butt. She's got her little demon mask on. She's got her sandals. She's got her socks on. I think those are socks. I'm going to assume those are socks. She has her little poison pouch here. But all in all, aesthetically, the champion looks really good. Very happy with it. Love the aesthetic. Let's kind of go over her kit. And then I will show y'all her total stats. And then I'll show you the masteries I've got in her. She has a aura, 50 accuracy in all battles. That's not bad at all. And she can play anywhere because she is void. She does not have a weak affinity matchup, which is fantastic. Her A1 attacks one enemy, has a 60% chance when booked of placing a decreased accuracy debuff for 2 turns. Solid, like that. Her A2, Venom Kunai, attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 100% chance when booked of placing the big version of poison for 2 turns. And all of her damage is based on attack. She's an attack-based champion. Then her A3 attacks one enemy, has a 100% chance, again when booked, of instantly activating any poison debuffs and hit point burn debuffs on the target. Also has a 100% chance of placing heal reduction for 2 turns. I mean, heal reduction is nice, but I'm really more interested in seeing just how hard this hits when she activates those poisons and those hit point burns. I'm imagining if you build a team just with a lot of those 2 debuffs, she can do some work, and we're going to test that out together. Let me show you all her artifacts. I've got her in 2 speed sets, and then 2 pieces of broken gear. I've got her a accuracy banner. I've got her a crit damage amulet. I've got her an attack ring, speed boots, crit damage gauntlets, and an attack chest. And I'm looking for speed, I'm looking for crit rate, I'm looking for accuracy wherever it is I'm able to get it. But to be honest with you, I'm not even sure. No, I think pushing up for 100% crit rate would still be the best way to go for. If you're looking for damage, because everything she does is single target. So, without having an AoE, when she slaps that one person, she needs to just punch them in the face and call it a day. So, yeah, crit damage gauntlets, I think, is definitely the way to go. Get your crit rate wherever you're able to get it. Get your speed, get your accuracy. Total stats for my Taya. She's at 317 accuracy, 96% crit rate. Not quite crit capped, but yeah, it's good enough. Good enough for me anyway. Crit damage is 215%. If I was able to get that higher, I definitely would, but with the gear I had available, without robbing anybody else, I just went with what I had. This is just gear I had laying around. And so, again, that's good enough for me. I think she's going to be getting the most of her damage off that A3 with those poison hit point burn activations, and I don't need crit damage for that. So, I'm just looking for it. I'm looking at the crit damage as the icing on the cake here. Her defense is 2,000, who cares? Her attack is 4,500, so nice attack. Her masteries, I've got her coming down to War Master because her A1 is a single hitter. I went ahead and I took Heart of Glory, I went down to Kill Streak, and I took Methodical. And then I took the support tree, I went down to Master Hexer. Just because I'm looking to extend the duration of those poisons that she's putting out. I've got Lore of Steel just to get some extra stats off those 2 speed sets I've got her in. I've got a Recycle of Magic. Swarm Smiter gets some extra accuracy. I've got her in Arcane Celerity because she is putting out those poisons. She's putting out that heal reduction and she's putting out that decreased accuracy. Wherever those expire, I want her to get some more return meter. And then with Charged Focus and Pinpoint Accuracy. So, I mean, she's pretty easy to build out. I think that if you're just prioritizing speed, I mean, you can. I really don't know how impactful the crit rate, the crit damage is going to be. We're going to find out, but I would rather err on the side of caution just because, like I said, everything she does is single target. So I need to make sure that when she hits something, that she destroys it. That is what I'm looking to do. So let's go into dungeons. Just go ahead and we will go into Dragon's Lair. And I will build a team and I will be right back. Okay, so we are back, and one of the things that I've noticed about Taya, her AI is kind of stupid. And here's what I mean about that. So as y'all saw, the dragon had a full bar of poisons across. And Taya still prioritized her A2, even though she didn't need it. She would have done more damage if you used the A3. So that being said, if we go in, if we do presets, where you open up the A2 and then prioritize the A3, I think you're going to get more mileage out of her. Let me see. This is... Nope. Goodbye. Let's go and take a look here at the damage. So Boro came in at the 1.2 million, and Taya came in at just under 1.4. So Taya's damage would have been higher if she had actually used her A3 instead of her A2 when the dragon's poison bar was already full. That was kind of dumb as far as the AI goes. Let's just go ahead and let's try Dragon 25. When we build a team, I'll be right back. This is the team for Dragon 25. See, we got Taya in the lead. She's got that accuracy aura. I'm running her with Tomb Lord just to get more poisons out. I am running her with Blind Seer. Blind Seer is going to help keep the team alive. Yumiko just to help us get back to our skills quicker. And Thylesia, the defense down is going to be so impactful here because we're using poisons, but she does have that debuff extend, and she also has the spread. So let's just go ahead, I'm going to go into auto, and let's see how this ends. Okay, so that was incredibly underwhelming because Taya never, ever, ever used her A3. Never. She never used it. Okay, y'all, so we are in Dragon 20. We're just going to do a quick test, and we're going to see how her damage how it ramps up, and let's just see just how viable is she going to be. We use Contra the Cyclone. She is in the lead. She's going to give us some control off of Skyle. We will go and get the defense down. And we're going to use Alika here for just traditional damage. Just go ahead and use her A2. Let's use the A1. Let's use Alika's A1. Let's try and keep this as close to an even comparison as I can. Okay, so 2 hits for 59k. Now keep in mind, Alika hits freaking hard. She's just a monster. Okay, so now let's use Taya's A1. I do not expect her to hit that hard because she doesn't have a double hitter on her A1. But let's see how hard the A1 does hit. Let's slow this down. So about half, so 35k. Not bad, it's still respectable. What Taya's main role is, though, she is here for poison explosion. That is what she is built for. Let's extend some debuffs. That's good. A1 again. Okay, so now here is Taya's A2, Venom Kunai. This will hit an enemy 3 times and put up the poisons. So let's just go and hit this Bombardier here on the left. Call it 60k, but the poisons is going to be where the damage comes from. Keep that in mind. I think Taya's whole role, I think she is built to be a boss killer. A1 Apothecary again. Just going to use the A3, slow this down. 55k, and then we got the poisons. I'm just going to put this on auto now, and we will see what the damage looks like once we finish the run. Okay, so we are through. Let's compare damage. So Alika out-damaged her handedly. She came in at just under 1.5 million damage, and Taya came in at 1.1. And it looks like to me what the biggest problem is that Taya's AI is incredibly stupid because she's all about using her A2 to set up her A3. Well, what she likes to do, she'll always prioritize A2, which makes sense. But if you're using her with someone like, say, Kaimar or Yumiko, just keeps resetting the skill, even if the boss has a full poison bar, Taya will never use her A3. You've got to force her to do it. So that means you have to set up a team around her using presets to prioritize that skill. And then once you get through, and then if you're doing a traditional dungeon, what you have to do is once you get into the second wave, you have to tell her to not use her A2 after using it the first time. Because what will happen if she uses it before... What will happen if she uses her A2 when the last enemy is about to die, you get to the boss, the skill that she needs to make her A3 work is going to be down. Now, of course, the way to get around that is run her with another poisoner, which is what we are about to do now. We're going to test it. If she's the only poisoner on your team, I don't think she's going to be very viable. She is a void epic from Doom Tower, and she got beat out by a Force Affinity epic who, frankly, is just god tier. If you have Alika, if you haven't built her, do yourself a favor and build her out. Let's take Alika out. Let's put in Dark Kale. Now, we'll be doing a guide on Dark Kale next. Let's just see how this works. Let's see how this works. Where are you at, Dark Kale? All right, I'm going to just go in full auto. Let's see how this works out. Okay, so we got through it. And so Taya came in at just under 1.4 million damage. Dark Kale came in at just under 1.3. So Taya did come out in the lead. She did outdamage Dark Kale, but she needs a lot more setup than he does. So all in all, so far, I am not particularly impressed, but that's not to say that she's trash. Let's test a couple more things here. That's what you are. Days, you're going to go away. Let's go into Ice Golem. We'll do Ice Golem 20 because this video is already going long and I don't want y'all to be here all day long. So what we are going to do, we are going to compare her with Venomage. Yeah, so we're going to do Ice Golem 20. This will be the final test that we do with her. And this time we're going to run it with Duchess in the lead. We've got Contra in to give us some control. We've got Venomage for poisons. Taya, who's the point of this showcase. And then Lydia for the block revive. So let's see how this works. And we're not doing any presets. We're just going to let this thing just run full vanilla. Okay, so let's take a look and see at the total damage. So Taya came in at 2 million damage, Venomage came in at 1.2 million. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on Taya. First, Plarium, if you're listening, fix her kit. Just fix her kit. Give her poisons on her A1. The entire point of this champion is poison activation. The poison activation is on her A2 and it's a single target. Well, what happens if she uses that on an enemy that's almost dead? Or like y'all saw with the Ice Golem, if she hits the minions and then the minion dies, or then she activates the poisons on it, when the major problem isn't so much the minion, it's the boss. The way that she prioritizes her skills too is really bizarre. I mean, you have to force her to use her A3. If her A2 is up, even if there are poisons on the enemy, she will not use it. Another note about her AI, she will use her A3 on a different champion if that champion has lower hit points, even if there's no poisons on it. I mean, this is a void epic from Doom Tower normal that you have to spend about a year to get. And I've got to admit with y'all, I'm not impressed at all. I have never done a review on a champion that is as negative as the one I am doing on Taya. I'm gonna keep taking around with her. I'm gonna see what I can do to see if I can make her viable. I will do a follow-up video on this, but my initial response, your favorite bot, Putin bot, is don't waste your time. Just don't. Dark Kale does what she does, and he does it better. Venomage does what she does as far as the poisons go, and you'll get more utility out of her because it's all in AoE. Taya is single damage. If you use her in the Fire Knight, you better not use someone like Yumiko or something, because if you do, she'll never use her A3, so then what's the point of having it? I don't know. I guess I'm just going to end the video here. Again, I apologize for leaving it on a negative note, but I don't want to sell y'all a bill of goods for a champion that I've got to admit I had high hopes for, and I am just very disappointed. Your boy Putinbot is disappointed. I was expecting a lot better than what we got here. Is she trash? The jury's still out. I said I'm going to do some building around with her. I'm going to see how she does. Will she be viable in a toxic set? Maybe. I don't know. The problem is she doesn't have any AoEs in her kit. Everything revolves around her A2 and her A3 just lining up just right. And if they don't, you got problems. You've got to run her with other poison champions. You've got to run her with other AoE champions who are able to let her do what she needs to do. So if you build a team around her, yeah, she's serviceable. She's going to be good. But by herself, she's very underwhelming. Well, y'all, this is your host, Putinbot. I'm not going to ask y'all to like this video because I'm not sure I do. I will see y'all on the next one, and I hope y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.